Welcome to the Dairy Raid. Presented with over 20 years of coaching experience, the Dairy Raid provides commentary and analysis of the schemes, the players, and the coaches who create Wisconsin football's new identity. Now here's your host, Ryan Anderson.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dairy Raid and the third quarter of Wisconsin versus Alabama. This is attempt number 2 to record it. The original clip had some audio issues and I'm unable to recover the original clip, so instead I'm going to just re-record it. Now luckily for us, in the time in between when I recorded the first iteration of the third quarter video and now I've gotten my all 22 back, so we're going to re-record the third quarter in all 22, and I think I'm going to go ahead and re-record the fourth quarter as well in all 22, so the whole second half is the same. All right, so here we go. Third quarter, Wisconsin versus Alabama. All right, here we go. Opening up in a 2x2 set, and we're just going to run a little zone. Hey, a little outside zone. Okay, we got a late blitz by Bama. Wide formation at the top of the screen. Short motion. Okay, now we're going to run the mesh. But once we identified man, now our basic at the top of the screen, the dig, kind of becomes a pick, and it's an easy decision to dump it out on the wheel to Ches to get the first down. All right, let's just move on right away. Not much we need to see after that. Pretty good play. All right, 3x1. Okay, we recognize coverage at the bottom of the screen. Okay, Vinny Anthony recognizing that he's going to get a free release. And this is a pretty good job by Braden. Get through our play action. Let this develop so we can get our feet set and then rip it. Nickelback gets his hand on the ball as it's coming through. It's a nice athletic play by him, but great concentration by Vinny Anthony to see this all the way through. So nice job. All right, 3rd and 4. Manageable 3rd and 4 after a 1st and 20. That's what we like to see. Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay, 2x2, motion to 3x1. A little bit of a reduced set. All right, we're setting up our return. All right, so let's look at this again. So this little motion and this little takeoff burst out of our stances here by here is giving the look that we're running the return concept that we've done so far. So we're going to get the cross and then the return and then the wheel. So now we give that same stem, and now we're going to look to spike a curl by Pauling. But unfortunately, Bama plays this really well, 3/2 over the top. So number 8 is walling off inside, slicing Pauling so he can't come across the field. I think Bryson Green needs to decide what level he's running at. He shouldn't be running that far upfield and then coming back downhill. And yeah, this is just great coverage by Bama. Bama drops 7. They got the athletes over the top, and then they're sitting underneath. But 4th and 4, we are going to go for it because we don't trust the field goal kicker right now. 2x2, stack set. Okay, and we're just going to run. So we're going to run curl, and I believe this is just curl bubble all the way. And what we're going to have Vinny Anthony, who should be curling inside. This is straight setup to give the idea that we're running the curl, but we're actually running the little bubble screen, the little flat screen, excuse me. And this is a smart little disguise. We can sell routes and then just stop moving, because since the ball's being thrown behind the line of scrimmage, we can block downfield. So Vinny Anthony, by running the curl, not only makes this safety have to go around him, but he's bringing his corner with. Tucker Ashcraft just needs to sit down. All right, 3 by 1, a little bit open. Gonna run outside zone. Again, great blocking. Alabama's got 6 in the box. We do a good job climbing to the second level by Huber and by Brunner. That springs this. Good flow. I like seeing the line move. It's going to allow Cade to fall forward for 2 yards instead of getting hit full contact right there at the 11. His guy is on an angle enough so he can fall forward to the 8. Good job. All right. 2nd and 2, 8-yard gain. We're on the 7-yard line. Go by 2, split flow inside zone. Okay, as much as I praise on the last one, now here looks like we have some miscommunication. But what they're looking to go is 2 by 2 or 2 for 2 here, 2 for 2 here, and then wall and climb. That's what they should be doing. Or sorry, wall and backside. And what we end up getting, we get our double team here. But because Bama it's not necessarily a stunt, it's just 96 is waiting for 22 to clear, and he's just going to sit in the backside. And he is basically, what they're doing here is they're trying to bait Braden into keeping it with a little scrape exchange. And well, Braden's not confident enough in his keeps right now to do so. So we end up giving it, and we just don't get enough hats. And yeah, I want to see our tight end do a better job at walling off there. But decent footwork by Katie Akamelli that we at least fall forward for a yard. All right, 3rd and 1. Come on. Enough to get the first down. 1st and goal on the 4-yard line. All right, 3 by 1. They come back with that same zone. Same idea. Bama does a better job washing down the line this time. Got to do a better job of trapping those inside hands. And 96 does a fantastic job here of shedding Huber and then turning his back to Malman. And that just allows him to track straight down the line. Okay, I like to see Riley Malman get more downhill with his initial footwork. When he's moving away from him, again, they kind of overwhelm. They have 4 for 3 on the front side. So you're going to have somebody unblocked. But a little bit stronger on that backside. 3 tech, and maybe this hits for a touchdown. But anyway, 2nd and 2. 2-yard line. 3 by 1. Or motioning 2 3 by 1. Okay, so this play here is one of those where fans don't know what they're looking at when they're looking at this. For what they see is 2 unblocked edge guys coming in and crushing this play. Okay? And yes, that does happen. Okay? But let's look at what we can account for and where this actually went wrong. So first, our nickel out here is blitzing. And he actually does, if I can bring this back a little bit, he does a pretty good job of selling that he's not coming. All right, he's just sitting there. He's moving in a little bit. But he's not really giving enough indication that he's going. Then he comes off the line. All right, fair enough. This guy is the problem. Now, the snap is not perfect, and that's interestingly annoying this season. In the last game and a half, that run pro snaps have been off a little bit. But regardless, this should have been a keep. Okay, why? You know, this edge rusher on the side is coming from level. It's hard. Is he coming inside? It does look like he is. But why should Braden be keeping this? Because he's got options out here in case he plays it vertical after the keep. If he keeps this, one, I think this is exactly what happens when he keeps it. And Braden is able to take off. And if we get some kind of flow, he's got Will Pauling, who's attacking the hash or attacking the pylon, that he can rip it out there. If he keeps it and this edge guy is able to turn upfield, to read it and turn upfield, then he can just chuck it out of the back of the end zone. And we live to tell the tale. But we didn't account for this blitz. Calling a timeout, I hear a lot of people asking me, why didn't Phil or Luke Fickell call a timeout and discuss this play before it happened with Phil Longo? What's there to discuss? Bama blitzed. Okay? That's it. Sure, we can anticipate blitzes sometimes, but for the initial lineup of this play, hitting it inside is the right call, but the right read is right here. So if both of these guys coming off the edge gets to the quarterback, gets to the ball carrier, that's on the quarterback. And Braden has to do a better job of recognizing that. All right, next play. Oh, hey, we go under center. All right, Badger fans, under center crowd. Oh, we got to run every short yardage situation under center. Okay, so if the big thing people have been telling me that because we don't go under center, we don't have a threat for QB sneak. To me, that is the only thing that when you're in the gun that you can't do. Of course, you can do it with the way that we run our formations with an H-back, motioning in, running a QB sneak, whatever. All right, so we line up under center. Okay, Alabama comes out with two players in the A-gaps. Okay, 50 is going to blow this up if they run QB sneak. So they're taking that away. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players in the box against our blockers who are not at the same level as Alabama. So you are taking 9 highly recruited, I'm guessing more than are not of these players are 5-star players against our blockers. And you're condensing everything into a phone booth. Who's going to win in that situation? Okay, it's physics. Bigger, stronger, faster is going to win. Okay, because we're looking to get in the end zone. We're not looking to get a yard. So when you live in shotgun, you should stay in shotgun. So we're going to get a predictable outcome here. Okay, they run a little kick out. Scheme is nice, but Bama just overwhelms. There's not enough blockers to pick everybody up. So you get an unblocked linebacker walking straight into the backfield. Everybody gets blocked. That can be blocked. And we got some good things. Okay, nice down block by Ashcraft. Good job washing down the line by the offensive line. Hubert gets out there and kicks somebody out. Backside, we pick up everybody. Even Malman does. 6 in the box. And we have space, and we're forcing Alabama to defend the entire goal line. We have options to run inside, but more importantly, we create space. So when Bama is trying to trap Tretch from coming back inside, okay, so they're expecting Tretch to come here and sit on the goalpost. That's what Alabama's expecting. And they've got the under, and then Will Pauling just finds a soft spot on the goal line, touchdown. This is smart play design, but this is also using who you got. Okay, and we have options. Okay, we've got Katie Akameli on a little choice route. Bryson Green is probably going to be open. If we throw it quick enough, boom. All right. That was a fantastic first drive. And that came right after Alabama had scored a touchdown on their opening drive of the second half to really put the game away. But we're still here. All right. So coming out next series. We get a false start. That's unfortunate. So next play here. And again, this is another one that I want to talk about before we get into the play. I've had people put in my comments that this play is all on Luke Fickell because clearly Katie Akameli was concussed or whatever from a hit that he took earlier in the previous drive. Well, first thing, that's ridiculous because he was in there running full speed at the end. He got the wind knocked out of him. And you could see, watch the broadcast angle. You see him come off the field, okay? He had the wind knocked out of him. This play here has nothing to do, this fumble has nothing to do with him getting hit, okay? He gets hit pretty cleanly. Doesn't get hit in the head. His head doesn't whip back, anything like that. So, that's it. And with that, we are at the end of the third quarter. There are still a couple plays that are in the third quarter that are in the beginning of the next drive. So I'm just going to include that at the beginning of the fourth quarter video. But we look at that drive that we had there that took us down and we scored. A nice mix of plays, really good effort, especially by the offensive line. A couple little mistakes in pass protection. But what to me that shows is, one, if we're firing on all cylinders, we can compete with anybody. And it also shows that all it takes is one player to mess up his responsibility, and we suddenly go back to being exactly what we are in comparison to Alabama. And that's what it is. All right, so we're going to come back next time with the fourth quarter and see how we can finish this game out against Alabama. All right, so that's it for today. Thank you for the patience for me having to re-record this, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.